Hello, you most welcome to the Jessica Brimer channel. I'm Evangelist Jess Brimer. Thank you for stopping by. And I make bold to say that the Nigerian judiciary is on trial. Make no mistake about it. It's not just about Election Tribunal. It's about the fact that the Nigerian judiciary is on trial, and we, the public, are the judges. We are going to sit in judgment over them from now onwards. Yes, we are going to sit in judgment over them, because if they do not transmit the proceedings live, then we know that they've already compromised. We know that because they have no reason whatsoever not to transmit the hearing at the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal live on television so that we can all see it. We saw the rigging unfold in real time. We all watched it unfold. Like I always say, I say the blind saw it. The baby in the womb saw it. Even the dead in the grave saw the violent and crude rigging of the presidential election. We all watched everything unfold in real time. Gone are the days when it was just a question of what they wrote on the paper. They can always cancel and rewrite it. Now we have the social media and we have phones. I beg your pardon. We have cameras on our phones and we documented everything. We recorded everything. The videos are there to show how Tinubu and his thugs killed and maimed to rig the election. So we know that the mandate was stolen. We want to be sure that these judges understand that we know what really is the true judgment in this election matter. We already know that. It's not a question of, excuse me. The fact is, INEC are even unable to produce the results they used to call the election in favor of Tinubu. They don't have it. They don't have it. The ones they have, everything on INEC portal shows that Obi won the election. You know, when they rigged the election in Rivers State, when when Wike allegedly sent the security agencies to kill and maim and rig and everything he did to rig the election, what they didn't realize was that while Mahmoud short-circuited the beavers and disrupted the uploading of the polling unit results, all the people that uploaded and the results were hanging, the result could not drop. By the time Mahmoud reconnected the beavers, because they disconnected it for people not to be able to upload results, the presidential results. By the time they reconnected it, all those results landed on INEC portal. The Rivers State result on INEC portal shows that Obi won the election. So is the situation in many states. So they cannot bring that election to the judges to say, this is what we use to call the election for Tinubu. Even their rigged election was in Obi's favor. All they did was they will add 2 plus 2. Instead of getting 4, they will write 10 for Tinubu. They will tabulate the results, and instead of getting 5 plus 5 is 10, they will get 50. They will TPEX and do all sorts of things, but as long as they bring the results to the tribunal, for the judges to see what they used to call the results in favor of Tinubu, everybody, the whole world will see that Tinubu didn't win that election because they miscalculated a lot in their own result sheet. In their own final result that they doctored and rigged, they miscalculated. And that's who God is. God allowed them to make those mistakes, thinking that they thought they had won, but they've only danced naked in the market, and we are all watching them. Yes, that's what INEC has done. And we want to know if the Nigerian judges will also dance naked in the international market now, and the whole world will see them. There's no cover-up this time. Oh yes, we already know what Tinubu is capable of. He's capable of threatening all of them. He's capable of buying them, buying up their conscience. He's capable of everything. But you know what? Tinubu is not God, and he cannot play God over the lives of Nigerians. He cannot. Enough is enough. He cannot play God. Everything happening now, God is watching everything. God is watching. And that's why I already said in the book of Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20, he said, woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put sweet for bitter and bitter for sweet. That is what INEC, Mahmood and Tinubu are doing, and we want to know whether the Nigerian judges will join them to do the same thing. If they join them to do the same, then they are cursed. We don't need to curse them. They are already cursed according to the word of God that never falls to the ground. They are already cursed according to the scriptures that can never ever be broken. It doesn't matter who they think they are mere flesh. They are mere flesh. Why is Tinubu running up and down to be alive? Why is he afraid that he will die? Why is he running up and down? When they did not set up proper hospitals in Nigeria for everyone to be treated as people have in Western world, the United Kingdom, the same hospital that I was treated at a time was the same hospital, same baths that they took the Queen's husband to when the local hospital in his community could not treat his situation. They eventually took it to St. Bart. The same hospital Jessica, a nobody in the United Kingdom, the same hospital I was treated. That's how decent human beings reason. That's how people who have a conscience behave. They make it possible for everyone to be able to access medical care because you don't know when. You don't know when you will be ill. You don't know when you will need the service. But Tinubu and his cohorts, with Buhari and Mahmood, the rest of them that think that money is all they need to survive in life, they deny Nigerians treatment, hospital treatment. They deny Nigerians the basic amenities, shelter, water, food, and freedom of speech even. They deny us. They silence people. They torture. They imprison people without trial, playing God. You are not God. You're mere mortals. You're mere mortals. And your sword shall perish you. The Bible says, they that live by the sword, they shall die by the sword. That's the truth. So go, let anybody that knows Wole Soyinka should go and tell Soyinka that we're not interested whether he's abusing obedience or calling them names. Obedience are not on trial. We're not interested whether he has decided that this rigging was perfect, that everything about the rigged presidential election was okay. That's fine. That's his views. That's his idea. Good. He's protecting his friend Tinubu. We understand. But no matter what the grammar he's speaking now, we're not interested in his distractions anymore. We have given him honor when he was due. Now he doesn't deserve it anymore. He's busy talking about obedience. Obedience didn't rig elections. Obedience didn't kill. They didn't mend. Obedience are not M. Solomon that are threatening people. Obedience are not Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu that are now burning the markets. Markets where the Southeasterners can get their livelihood. They're burning the markets, setting them ablaze. Every night you hear, oh, this market caught fire, that market caught fire. My advice to anybody in who has things in the market is just carry your goods home. Carry your goods home because they declared war on Southeasterners. Unfortunately, it wasn't only Southeasterners that rejected Tinubu. It wasn't only them. Have you seen the spokespersons for the APC? Or Oshu Tokun? The other man, what's his name? They are Yorubas. The people, the NSAS movement that transmuted into the obedient movement, they are mainly Yorubas. So by the time Tinubu finishes silencing and killing the Southeasterners, he will now come after the Yorubas that didn't vote for him. He will come after them. Oh yes, because his nature is to silence and maim and kill and use arboros, thugs, people's children that he refused to train. People's children that he denied their parents their due salaries and due financial rewards, that their parents were not able to train their children in schools. These victims of Tinubu's corruption, Tinubu is turning them into killers and murderers. And they don't know. They have no clue that Tinubu has scammed them for the rest of their lives. They think the peanut is given them is their due. Their due is the money that Tinubu has looted. Tinubu and Buhari and their cohorts. The due of these young men is the money that these men, leaders, have looted from the hapless citizenry. Oh, yes. Yes, that's the truth. That's the truth. You know the truth. They know the truth. They can't sleep. They've lost sleep. They cannot sleep. Because the Bible says there's no sleep and there's no rest unto the wicked. They can't have sleep. They cannot have rest. It's not possible. I'm happy that General Gowon is still alive. I'm very happy that he's alive and seeing the rewards he's reaping, the rewards of the wickedness he allowed the Northerners to use him to perpetrate. He's alive to see it. Gowon went to Aburi Accord with Ojukwu And Ojukwu said, look, the reason I'm declaring Biafra is because they are maiming and killing my people. They are killing us in thousands, in hundreds of thousands, and sending them by train, sending their corpses, their mutilated bodies by train to the southeast. Ojukwu said, it's so heartbreaking. These young, innocent people were not the ones that did the coup, that killed whether Sadwana or Tafawa Balewa or whoever they killed. I don't even give a damn again. Because they have killed many innocent souls, opening the wombs of pregnant women, bringing out the unborn and slaughtering. They've committed too many abominations. Ojukwu went to Aburi Accord and said, look, the reason I'm declaring Biafra, let us go so that you don't slaughter all of us. You do not want us, so allow us to go to have our own country. Gowon agreed with Ojukwu that he was going to protect the Southeasterners, that there wasn't going to be any killings anymore. They signed the peace accord in Aburi, came back to Nigeria, and the murderous, blood-drinking northern leaders called Gowon and said, how dare you? How dare you sign such an agreement with Ojukwu? Let the killings continue. They started, that was how the war started. And they killed over 2 million Southeasterners. And they are still killing up to today. Buhari has sent his full soldiers from Niger Republic. These guys as herdsmen, they are still slaughtering people, raping women in their farms, chasing people out of the farms, setting homes ablaze, taking over people's farms, and starving people to death. They are still doing it in Southeast. But you know what? This time it's no longer the Southeasterners that are suffering it. Gowon's own people are now being slaughtered every day in Plateau State. The middle belters that Paul Lunongo said, there's only one North. We all belong to North. Benue State, they are being slaughtered every day. It's no longer news that thousands are being slaughtered in Benue and in Plateau State. It's no longer news. It's normalized. It's mainstream now. The Fulani headsmen, the Fulani killers, the terrorists, the bandits, whatever name they're called, it doesn't matter. They're murderous terrorists. Every day they are killing and maiming and murdering people in their sleep in Benue State and in Plateau State. So where is Gowon? So Gowon, you cannot speak up for these people because what they are suffering now, they are suffering the result of the wickedness you perpetuated in the Civil War. They are suffering the killings, the bloodletting that you happily executed for the Northerners to keep you as president of Nigeria. That's what your people are suffering now. That's what the Benue people are suffering. Every day they're setting their homes ablaze, burning them in their homes, in their sleep, and taking over their lands. Gowon, you can't say anything again, can you? You thought it was only Southeasterners that were toast. Sorry, your own kith and kin are toast for the Fulani headsmen and the Fulani oligarchs now. You can't say anything. They're taking over the whole of Middle Belt. Very soon they're taking it over. They brought in Tinubu. They selected him to be president because they knew they can use Tinubu for their Fulanization and Islamization agenda. Yes, they know they can use Tinubu. They can't use Obi for such. They don't want to be near power. They cannot use him for their Fulanization, Islamization agenda. They dare not. Tinubu is only a placeholder. Very soon, the person that will take over is his deputy, who is a well-known Boko Haram apologist and sponsor. He's the one that will take over very soon. So all the evil seeds you people are sowing, you will all reap it. Your generations unborn will all reap it. Oh, yes. And you think the Fulani headsmen that they think they've won? Buhari thinks he and his men have won? Let them ask Sudanese what's going on in their country. Sudanese men slaughtered, killed the Southern Sudan people in their millions. One day, Southern Sudan was liberated. They were eventually liberated. And you know what? The Northern Sudan, they are killing one another now. Because that's all they know, kill, kill, kill. So the day Southeasterners are liberated, they eventually liberated from these wicked, murderous, blood-sucking animals. The day they are liberated from them, the killers will start killing one another. Go to Sudan. Why are they fighting one another now? Why are they killing one another? I thought their problem was the people from Southern Sudan. Southern Sudan has left them. Now they are killing one another. That will be the story of Northern Nigeria. The day the South secedes from Northern Nigeria, they will still kill one another because that's all they do. They don't train their children. They don't send them to school. They train them in killing. They train them in using the sword to open up the wombs of pregnant women and bring out unborn babies. That's all they train their children to do. They send them to the streets to beg, and all they learn is street life. The street life of killing, of drugs. That's all they learn, of stealing. So by the time the South secedes, eventually they will. The killings, you can't be killing me. You don't want me. You're killing me. You're setting my market ablaze. You're demolishing buildings built by Southeasterners. Tinubu and Sanwo-Olu, you're demolishing their buildings in Lagos. It can't be forever. One day, they are going to set themselves free. God is going to help them. God is going to set them free. And then you start killing one another. Oh, yes. You start killing, because once a killer, always a killer. Once blood has entered your eyes, you will continue to kill. You'll continue to kill. Look at Sudan. Sudan, I thought when Sudan leaves them, they'll be at peace. No, they are killing one another. That's what is going on. And that's what eventually happened to northern Nigeria. That's what will happen. They will kill one another. The Fulanis, they're still killing houses up to today. They're killing. They say Fulanis, that they own Nigeria. So they're killing houses. Whether Hausa Christians or Hausa Muslims, they're killing them. By the time they finish slaughtering those that are not their kith and kin, they will start killing one another. They will definitely start killing one another. Buhari has already made his plan B. He wants to run to Niger Republic. Once Nigeria gets uncomfortable for him to live in, he will run. He will run. He's used his mouth to say it, and it will happen. But whether he runs or not, is he going to live forever? Buhari, are you going to live forever? You know, where is your brother Abacha that slaughtered just like you're doing now? Where is he? He's gone. Bible says he's appointed unto man once to die. After that comes judgment. We shall all die and face the judgment throne of God. And the God that created us, the one that rules in the affairs of men, will decide who will be the ultimate judge. Not all these bribe takers and bribe givers and immoral people that say they are judges in Nigeria. It's you. You are on trial. Nigerian judiciary on trial. We have not forgotten what you did in the case of Lawan. Lawan did not contest for senatorial seat. He was contesting for presidential. Eventually, the senatorial contest, the primaries was done. Another man won. Somebody else won. But today, Lawan took that man to Supreme Court. And Supreme Court declared that it's Lawan that never contested for the election that's won. You people will always find technicalities where none exist. Oh, yes. You will even say, oh, maybe the way the lawyer opened his mouth to talk is a technical error. That you always look for technicalities to judge big cases, to judge landmark cases, because you don't have a conscience. Your belly is your God. Your God is money. You all receive the consequences of these iniquities you're doing. In Nasarawa State, they say you can be a judge without going to school. How are we sure these ones that say they are judges actually went to school? Without reading law, you become a judge in Nasarawa State. They are telling them, they are giving them 10 years to read law. They didn't sack them. They didn't imprison them. If you are acting as a judge, is that not impersonation? No, they didn't do anything to them because they are northerners now. How can they touch them? If they don't touch northerners can do whatever they like. They kill and get away with it. They abduct people and keep them in the bushes. When the people are released, they say, oh, the bandits escaped. The bandits, Ragtag army, are stronger than Nigerian military. They never arrest them. They say, oh, the bandits escaped, but we have rescued the over 100 or 200, 300 kidnapped victims. They've been rescued. So it's easy for you to carry over 100 people and keep in the bush with you and be raping them and be beating them and be collecting ransom on their behalf. It's so easy in Nigeria. As long as you're a Fulani bandit, it's allowed. You nothing will happen to you. But they can go as far as Kenya to go and kidnap Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu, but they cannot arrest the bandits, the terrorists that are killing and maiming people in Nigeria. They cannot arrest them. They can't see them. They can't reach them. They don't know where they are. Yes, that's what is happening. It's a shame. It's a big shame. Very, very big shame. The man that rigged the election in Adamawa State is still at large. They've not arrested him. Or President Buhari, yes, he announced that the man should be arrested and dealt with. The man, they haven't seen him. The man, they say he's still in hiding. They can't find him, or he's still in Nigeria. The man that collected 2 billion to rig elections. I wonder how much Mahmoud collected to rig the presidential one for them. So Buhari saw that the wreck in Adamawa State actually rigged the election, collected money and rigged. But he didn't see that Mahmoud rigged the election for Tinubu. I think it's high time people stopped calling Mahmoud. It's actually Buhari that stole this election. He stole it for Tinubu. He stole it because he saw the rigging happen in real time. He saw everything unfold. And he didn't talk about arresting Mahmoud. But he's talking about arresting the Adamawa man because, of course, he wants Atiku to still hold on to Adamawa State. Atiku is from Adamawa State. He wants Atiku to still hold on to Adamawa State. It's already agreed. Oh, yes. And did you notice that INEC called Atiku as number 2 As in, Tinubu came first and Atiku came second in the elections. You know what that means. If anything happens, they want to give it to Atiku if they cannot give it to Tinubu. These people, their corruption stinks to high heaven. Their impunity is horrible. It's beyond comprehension. But my hope is in the God that rules in the affairs of men. Can I sing that song for you? I'll round up with it. My hope is built on nothing else than Jesus' blood and his righteousness. I dare not trust the sweetest frame, but wholly lean on Jesus' name. On Christ the solid rock I stand. All other ground is sinking sand. All other ground is sinking sand. Tinubu, all those ones people are doing, Shoyinka, all of you, Buhari, INEC Mahmood, all of you, all you're doing is just sinking sands, and you all live to regret it. Thank you so much for staying with me up to this moment. Have you subscribed to my channel? Please do so. If you got some value from what you heard,